This video comes to us from CoconutRTS, which is somebody you've watched before. Very, very talented Ultraman, but it makes a lot of good YouTube content. We have watched them before, but that does not mean we do not click that link that just showed up in the Twitch chat, or you not in the YouTube zone, going down into the description and clicking the link. That way you can subscribe, and like this video. That way we can support the official release. And if you don't, I'm very mad at you. Was the Swamp supposed to get a rework? Yeah, leaks said so. So many different people in the leaks were like, yeah, Swamp's getting a rework. And then it was like, it wasn't in the DbD, so weird. Got an Ormond rework instead for some reason. This was Coco's most disliked video according to himself. Dude, I get video. I don't even pay attention to that anymore because I get likes, disliked on random stuff. There'll just be like a random match review where like I'll just get like a bajillion dislikes. It's just odd. I don't know. DbD community is really weird. I'm sure you figured that out by now.
Dead by Daylight is known for its chaotic bugs. Look at this! What is this?
Yeah, Space
With
Belly!
the Beyond update, DbD started gravitating more towards polish and beauty, rebuilding their maps from the ground up to squash bugs and prioritize realism. But I'm starting to wonder if that's becoming a problem.
Where you'd be sitting in a design review and somebody'd say, that's not realistic. And you're like, okay, explain to me why that's interesting. Because in the real world, I have to write up lists of stuff I have to go to the grocery store to buy.
Yeah.
And I've never thought to myself that realism is fun. I go play games to have fun. And so we had to come up with some notion of what fun was. The degrees to which the game recognizes and responded to the player's choices and actions.
Realism is fun in what would realistically be very like engaging or thrilling situations in real life, right? Like survival games often go for realism because the grit of pushing to survive under extreme conditions is entertaining. That's why people watch Survivor and stuff, right? Because it's like, even though Survivor's fake, but you get the point. Like the initial idea, at least there, was like, how are they going to make this work with so little? Or like, how do people push through what would initially be like a very hard challenge? Like that kind of realism makes sense. But realism, when it doesn't benefit like a situation like that, it just doesn't make any sense.
That was a useful way of making design decisions. Otherwise, it loses any sort of impact.
Dark horror aesthetic for bright, vibrant maps. Sparse, tall trees for netted woodlands. The sacrifice of gameplay experience. Oh, it is to the left. Oh, we still hit that. For realism.
Why is there a fishing net to make it so that I can't snipe this guy on the generator?
I remember this came out when I made Huntress, and I remember there's actually there's a TikTok on my TikTok of me going, I can't hit that, and then I actually make it through this little lattice thing up here, and I was like, oh, I can't hit that. Because I was so shocked that I could actually get like an orbital like through that, because I just didn't look like it at all.
Here.
Is this making the game less fun?
Would you rather have your game look like and be fun, or would you rather have your game look good and be boring?
Yeah, it definitely.
But fun, yeah.
They definitely do err on the ladder, unfortunately.
Nicolas Cage was the most fun survivor
All
behavior
was
ever
so beautiful.
released because they knew exactly what their community wanted. So what if behavior could replicate this? By systematically reintroducing non-broken chaotic mechanics, the community found fun for the sake of player happiness. 1. Old survivor movement.
I do miss
Allow
those
survivors to move snappily. In comparison, new movement is extremely smooth. Animations seamlessly blend together, while movement turning speed remains constant. Old survivor movement allowed for snappy fluctuations,
I think it looks better.
responsive to the precise precision of the player's camera. If you wanted 360 really fast, you could just turn really fast. If you wanted to quickly change directions, you could just quickly change directions. This responsiveness to player
Feeling good
input
over looking good,
is what
yeah.
made old movement so addicting and satisfying. 2. Space Billy.
Yeah,
Allow
my
Billy to
boy!
fly into the air and steer any direction they wanted,
And Sky Billy.
allowing him to land on structures he otherwise couldn't. This, combined with his chainsaw, led to some of the craziest plays the DbD community had ever seen.
Oh, this is Stamina.
I see with the music, this actually makes this look so much more better though.
Wow. Oh, back when barbecue had stags, it was painful.
Like I always say, plays like those are so sick.
Although breaking the physics engine completely, people liked facing it. It was a rare sight to see a Billy take flight into the
It was
sky
funny.
and do something novel.
It was funny
something
and fun to
different,
do.
A sense of variety that didn't completely break the balance of the match. This was a mechanic veteran players found fun.
I think that's why I like the Billy change that they put through, at least the time recording the PTB today, because it seemed like they just wanted, like, what if he just went super fast? What if he just looked really cool with like blue flames coming out of his chainsaw? It feels like a very like fun without regard to like being like realistic and boring. I just like wouldn't it just be silly if like that kind of mentality? And it worked so well. Like it's just like, wouldn't it be funny if he just like went 1,000,000 miles an hour? Is that OP? I don't know. Just send it. It's hilarious. You know, like, and I feel like it works because of that. Like, Space Billy's an exploit. Hold on. You stay right there. You stay right there. Okay. I'll get you something. I'll get you something. Okay. You stay right there. You stay right there. For your wonderful and awesome contribution to chat today, I am deputizing you. Welcome to the Fun Police. Wee woo wee woo. Enjoy your new badge, sir. Enjoy your new badge, officer. Welcome to the Fun Police. You played nice. Shut the f up. Wait a minute. You played night, you little bitch. You play night, and you're gonna tell me that me flying into the sky where I literally can't touch the survivors is an exploit? Brother, what the f are you on? What, you are an night main. And you're gonna condescend to me about what fun is? Oh, that's an exploit. That's not, you can't have that in the game. You play night, brother. What are you on? Hey, and the officer had a record. That's essentially what happened. I gave this badge to you, the Fun Police badge. You had a record. It took a criminal to become a policeman. See, hey, Cam, told you. That's night shaming. I thought you escaped from Reaper. Well, you can never escape from the fact that you made night, and you're gonna tell me that Spy Billy. You said Space Billy. You're gonna tell me that Space Billy's an exploit when you literally play the character that's just I put me at one end, and then NPC at the other, and I win for free. Yeah. I am the pinnacle of entertainment. Look me in the eye. I am the pinnacle of entertainment. I am thrilling gameplay. I am enjoyable.
Skill issue.
No, yeah, it's a skill issue. If you get down by night, it's your fault. I am fun. Don't let any of this J flicking, 180 flicking, overdrive nonsense get in your head. I am the fun here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Woo! Get out of here. Get. Go on and get. This dance party's happening and you're not invited. Hey, you didn't, Azrael, you didn't call it exploit. Oh, you're not invited to the dance party. Hey, officer! Officer? No, not officer of the Fun Police. Yeah, get them out of here. They weren't invited to the dance party. Get them out of here. You're not invited. Like, I was the bouncer at the door and you said Space Billy exploit night fun, and I said you were not allowed into the club. You were not allowed into the club. Yeah. Let's continue the video.
3. Infinite flashbangs. At the current moment,
Dude, this goes up on the YouTube. There's gonna be so many people like, what's wrong with playing night, dude? Why does this guy take the game so seriously? Brother, it's a... Come here. It's a fucking joke. Lighten up a little. Yeah, they are already typing their fucking comment. Like, I can't believe you said that. It's humor. Okay? Streamers stream to entertain. Like, calm the fuck down.
Restricted to holding one at a time. When this bug first appeared in game, people were already asking questions. Why isn't this in the game already? Multiple flashbangs increased the layer of depth to outplaying
That'd be cool,
killers with multiple blinds.
I mean, essentially, we already do that anyway with like
when it comes to keeping things
you know,
novel and
making a
adding
bang,
sense
putting
of
it down, and
variety,
going getting it later.
I believe veteran players would surely appreciate something like this. 4. A pig buff. Pig
That's already coming. That's already coming. That's already coming.
Allowing players to add an extra layer of depth to Pig's
I
ability.
feel disturbance to the internet, dude. Some people just
Alright,
like.
someone clip that.
Some people just.
Although I'm not a pig main,
I feel like people
believe
just
the
sit there
addition-
lurking, waiting to fight, especially the DbD community. People just be lurking out here, just waiting to say the opposite of whatever somebody says, just to fight and yell. And I hate how contrarian this community is. I hate it. I hate it.
of these invisible walls significantly reduces the skill ceiling for pigs in general. And maybe, instead of saying pig got nerfed, we can finally say pig got buffed. There's probably a couple more spots out there. That's just, I really don't know them. If I find any, I'll put them here.
He
Ooh.
works at behavior. His nan, right? Oh my god, I get just
That's
unlucky
cool.
about
That's
it.
fun.
5. Removal of invisible walls.
Yes,
These
please.
were added to the game to prevent killers and survivors from breaking out of the map. But for the community, this also removed an extra layer of depth.
That's reaching,
to killer
Tamikis. That's
movement
reaching. I
and
know you didn't
gameplay,
say it, but that's
such
reaching.
as launching yourself great distances from a high tower with Demogorgon, Blight, or Hillbilly. And this is a tweet in regards to the additions of this mechanic. Another case of behavior adding invisible walls. Aren't games supposed
Yeah, I know.
to
I play Xenomorph. It's terrible, and I hate it. Hate it. Stop putting stuff into my way. Just let me do fun things. Peace.
be like, I don't know, fun? These were likely added to prevent survivors from reaching impossible to reach
Yeah, I
locations
love that
with
exploit.
Dead
It's so
Hard.
funny.
But since Dead Hard
Just-
no longer gives
I'm just
distance
leaving the
upon
balcony.
use,
I'm
I can
gone.
see these walls getting removed to
That stuff
add
was so
more
funny.
a sense of variety and depth within killer chases, further increasing what is possible within the confines of a typical normal Dead by Daylight match. Variety, something fresh, something new. Yeah? Yeah. 6. Holding killers with lockers is a fairly new tech.
Get out of here. No way! There's actually no way that works.
This is a pet peeve I have with like DbD YouTube content. Every mother sounds like this. That main Survivor and makes Survivor content. No way! No way! Like they all sound the same. Have you noticed this tech, this strat among Survivor content creators? They all adopt like the same manner of speech and talk the same way. It's really unnerving and creepy. They all sound like this. It is. Sometimes I don't know who I'm watching. Like I'm literally sitting here. I'm like, am I watching Scrims or who am I watching? Like, cause they literally all talk the same way in the exact same cadence. It is a Survivor accent. Yeah, to me, it's a Survivor accent. Like, they literally all sound the same way. They all have this kind of like dude bro-y, kind of way too excited for what's happening on the screen, kind of like energy to the way they speak, and they all sound the exact fucking same. Like, it is interesting. Interesting, dude. It is. I don't know. That is none related to anything that's happening on the screen right now. I'm just saying that, like, DbD Survivor content creators need to, like, mix it up a bit. You guys are literally starting to literally talk the same. That is how samey your content is. Like, you are scaring me. You are actually scaring me.
Allowing survivors to push killers by simply jumping out of a locker. When combined with certain environmental features such as Grim Pantry Hole,
No way! We did it!
this opens up
No
a brand new
way!
form of play for survivors to hold killers. A tech survivors have been doing ever since the game's release. And I'm not really sure if this one's been removed yet, but I could see something like this simply being in the game as a fun, niche mechanic that when you can get a play off with it, it's like, oh my god, we did it! Wow, that's insane!
No way! Fortnite clickbaiter voice?
Even if this is removed,
Is that it? Is that literally it? Is it just like, you know, like Fortnite, you know, TikTok made for teenagers, like cadence? Is that what it is? Is that I'm in my mid to late 20s and for some reason I'm just on TikTok too much and play Fortnite too much? I'm not growing up for some reason. Is that the voice? Because I know a lot of people, content creators and not, that it's a little weird. It's a little odd. It's slightly, yeah, and maybe we've cracked the code. Maybe you've cracked the code. Yeah. Oh.
Moved, and I'm sorry for putting a spotlight on it. It's sick.
I'm gonna say this. I am on TikTok a lot, right? It's kind of a thing that I, not have to do, but it's very prevalent. Yeah, it's not. I'm not on TikTok like. I'm on TikTok a lot. I don't have to be, but it's like it's part of with what I do. It's a lot of like social media is important and keeping my ear to the ground.
The dude bro demon possesses all survivors.
Sure does. Sure does. Thank you for the 10 bits. Sure does. But like, I don't know. If you're, I'm gonna say this might be a hot take. If you're in your late 20s, early 30s, out here on TikTok that much and talking like that, and like, it's I don't know. Something's kind of weird. If that's like the culture you get, I feel like this is a greater, wider conversation that we can get into, which I don't know if we want to do. It's reacts. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, it gives me the ick when I see anybody who is like past their mid-20s, very, very into young people things. It's like a red flag to me. It's either, and I don't mean necessarily like the creepy that like is also being implied there. I mean just like in terms of just like complete immaturity and yeah, there's just complete immaturity and lack yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just like complete immaturity and lack of maturity. I don't know, man. Like it just kind of like it puts off red flags in my head, right? I wouldn't say that like Disney adults give me that ick because like I can see like, well, I like this thing a lot from my childhood, right? Because like for example, like Liz and I were in Target the other day and we were looking at like getting a Lego set. Unfortunately, Target is still cleared out from Christmas, so there was not many options. But like, I would still build a Lego set with them. It's like a cute little like date thing, right? That's not me being like creepy or weird. It's just kind of like, oh well, it's like a fun little activity for us to do together, and then we get essentially what is like a decoration, right? We can put on a shelf or something. Looks nice. Like that makes sense to me. And I think like Disney like adults fall into the same thing of like, like I just like this thing from my childhood that makes me happy. Like I don't think that's what I'm talking about. I'm more, I guess, any extreme of anything is bad. I'm more talking about like, no, I want to be where the kids are. It gives me like, I buy alcohol for the kids vibes. That's the way I want to, that's the kind of ick it gives me. It's the dude that's like, hey, you can con me into buying you guys liquor. Kind of like I hang out with the kids. Because like, that's the kind of people that they would be if it weren't for like our weird like internet culture. I feel like they would still be they'd be in their 30s going to like college parties and shit like that. That's a thing. People do that. You guys, some of you guys that went to college, when you went to a college party, wasn't there sometimes and sometimes a lot, unfortunately, just that one dude who was like way too old to be there? Like, I'm sure he was, you can't judge a book by its cover, but like, there was that like one old dude who like, you're like, you don't take college classes with us. You don't go to college with us. Why are you here? Why are you partying? And like, you're like, what is happening? Like, you guys had that experience? Because I've had that experience. You're like, who's that guy? I don't know. Well, probably way too existential and real lifey for Dead by Daylight, but like, I don't know, we've got on a whole tangent because of just the way somebody said something in a video. Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. It's like you said, it's like for kids content to like at a certain point, or just like intentionally targeting a young audience. And I just like, I don't know. It just makes me uncomfortable. It's like a red flag for me, essentially. That's like, there's no TLDR, but it's just I get red flag vibes from that stuff. It's red flag vibes when that's a thing. Like there's so many good DbD content creators and very popular DbD content creators that I can't watch because just like, I'm not trying to sit on a high horse, I promise, but it gives me the ick. Like when it's like, it's very clearly like, hey, I'm literally aiming this for like extremely young people. I'm like, it's like, what? The structure storage. I wonder why if my movie gets turned to 40 minutes every time. Yeah, it's this. We get into conversations like this, where we get on like some bigger life topic, or we just start ranting about something, or somebody says something really dumb in chat, and we have to talk about it. That's always what happens. Always what happens. But that's what reacts are. They are a transformative piece on the original video, and certainly you never would get that from this video. That's all us, baby. It's all us. You want access to mom's credit card? I know. It's just, I don't know. That feels kind of creepy and manipulative to me too. It's just like you're preying on some kid's mother. Like, it's like, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, wrapping the conversation as much as I can. I don't, the whole like targeting a younger audience thing weirds me out. Reminds me of like the old dude that would hang out at college parties kind of vibe. It's like if you're in your late 20s or early to mid 30s and you're like, I am constantly like traversing these spaces. You're trying to fit in with the younger crowd, and that makes me question why. There's a lot of reasons to that. Some really dark and some a little bit lighter, even though they're still not good. Like, you know, like you said, trying to get access to mom's credit card and exploit parents for money. I'm looking at you, Poppy's playtime. But yeah, that's gives me the ick. So I don't know. Yeah.
I could see this being added as a silly little survivor perk, like those added with the release of Nicolas Cage. 7. The Baton Jump Tech
1, 3, 3, 7
allowed killers to swing over preschool's gap by quickly
this was fine.
from
I don't
right
know.
to left.
I don't know why they remember this.
Since then, behavior seems to have made the terrain around this hole more difficult to jump over, restricting the utilization of this tech during a chase. Back when Dead Hard granted survivors distance, survivors could also traverse this gap. And I can only presume this tech was removed in the name of keeping things fair.
Yeah, exactly. To me, we will get off this conversation. I swear. Like somebody decided, like they did. There's no direct interaction there. That's the difference. There's no direct interaction with like social media. It's all a direct interaction. There are people that I know that like it weird me out because they'll be in like their late 20s, their early 30s, and they only hang out with like 18, 19-year-olds. And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, and it like, obviously, like there could be creepy stuff happening with that, but like a lot of the time it's not. It's just like, are you just like really immature? Are you just like, what is happening there that like you are compelled to hang out with people that almost a decade your junior? Like, even though you're both adults technically, like that would be weird to me, right? That's weird to me. Like my sister, my little sister, she is 7 years my junior. And I love her to death. One of my favorite people on this planet. But like, I wouldn't want to hang out with her all the time because like we're very, very different people. Because she's really, really young and I'm way older, right? Love her to death. Always be there for her. But like, I wouldn't be hanging out with her all the time because like that gap is pretty huge. People struggle to grow up. I guess so. So I guess it's just, I mean, that's a secret to a lot of like people, like, you know, why people do certain things is to feel young, to feel like they're not getting way older. I like getting older. I bought my first silver hair the other day and I was like, I'm going to look like Geralt someday. I'm going to be sick. Right? I'm older. I'm wiser. I'm not doing as much stupid stuff. Like, I'm ready for the rest of life. But some people just want to live in that zone of like, I'm drinking all the time and nothing wrong with drinking. You do you if as long as you're not hurting anybody. Like, I'm just going to get drunk all the time. I'm going to party it up with all my young friends. Like, it's just like, people just don't want to move on. Don't want to embrace there's a lot to be happy about as you get older life, and they just rather just like dwell on the younger days. So, I don't know.
Honest. And I
Thank you
have
for the
to
water
admit,
calamity.
it does kind of suck not being able to do this anymore. But
It does.
who knows? Maybe it's just a skill issue on my part.
Skill
and
issue.
I just
Somebody's gonna send
need
it.
to get good. 8. Old Huntress Needle Threads.
This was very specific to him.
All of DbD's Beyond Realms, from Snipes on Coldwind Farm, Autohaven, please, and Macmillan Estate. This one is very personal to me. As a Huntress main, holes add more versatility.
See, this is impressive. Some of you gave me a lot of shit when we had that react video recently where I was talking about, like, you know, Huntresses aren't really that great in the modern era of 2024 because the clips they post are not very impressive. This is impressive. That's why I mentioned Coco in that video, because stuff like this, actually hard, actually crazy. It is actually cool to watch. You throwing the same orbital I have seen 14 different times in that exact spot and you're using Oops All Aurora perks is not impressive. Believe me, nothing I could do would be that interesting or that great. I didn't go for a lot of threat shots. I did not. I hit a couple. And honestly, the couple of them are on my TikTok, and that's it. Right? Like, I was not that great. You are not the bee's knees Huntress unless you can do this. Well, you can't do it anymore. It's taken out of the game. But like, you are not at this level is what I'm saying. Most of the Huntresses you see are not at this level. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
For making Huntress.
I wish maps were designed with more holes. Yeah, that's going on the wall of shame. I am adding that without context. Thank you for your contribution. Yep, there you go. Congratulations.
Trick
Welcome to the wall of
shots.
shame.
Every single one of these shots were actually removed from the game, and it was impossible to make them. But now, watching this back, it seems like behavior has cleaned up a lot of the hitboxes, made it so that you can actually throw needle threads through different
I find
holes,
a lot of these
adding
with
more
variety,
variety. Actually,
Xenomorph
you know what? I have to
that
give
are still blocked
kudos
off.
to behavior
Apparently.
with this one. So my only grievance here is the crazy branches on the trees are insanely sucky when it comes to trying to hit cross-map snipes on survivors. That's my only real grievance for this particular one. 9. The fake flashlight vault.
Oh yeah. I always said turn this into a
This
bird.
is arguably the most game-breaking bug
But they
on
didn't.
this list. By pre-clicking a flashlight whilst running up to a
If you
window,
could limit
can
this,
audibly vault a window
that'd be
without
fine.
ever having to actually vault. A perfectly timed flashlight click and you'd completely bamboozle an unsuspecting killer. This gave survivors tools to trick killers who were chasing them, almost like how killers use red stain manipulation to
Yeah.
catch a survivor off
It was
guard
fun.
through information denial. Similar to the locker hole tech, I could also see this being added as a silly little
There's
perk
limited use, it's
survivors
fine.
could use to deceptively outplay killers. 10. Climbing on rocks is one of the reasons players loved playing certain maps. By
Cut loose,
allowing
but it was
killers and
bad. It was
survivors
very
to climb
bad.
terrain, this enables both killers
not
and survivors
nearly
to
the same
change
thing.
the
Not remotely.
fundamentals of looping. When far from a pallet, this terrain glitch allows players to skillfully traverse dead zones and outplay their
Everybody gets on the wall of shame at some
But
point.
I could see this one being slightly problematic,
Everybody does.
as new players may not know how to traverse unorthodox terrain.
Yep.
But I felt
This one
that
I
was
understand why it's
worthy
not in
to
the game. It
highlight
is fun,
because
but I
when
see
this
why
was
they
in the
take this out.
game, I actually had a lot of fun with it. I intentionally tried picking out bugs I thought could potentially enhance core gameplay experience without completely breaking the game. By sacrificing beauty for a bit of chaotic jankiness, I believe it's possible to introduce a sense of novelty, complexity, and skill to the already established gameplay mechanics. And I actually wonder if a couple of these would actually make the game a lot more fun.
Chalupa, I want a chalupa
But
so bad. I'm
these
so
are
hungry.
just my suggestions. And I wonder if there are any other crazy gameplay mechanics you guys think would be better. Maybe there's something I missed. I don't know.
All right. Well, I like that video a lot. I think I mostly agree. This is most disliked video. I like a lot of these. I think a lot of these could come back to the game. It's fine. Most disliked video? Like why? Or what? I like most of these. Some of these, like the the climbing rocks, I get why it's not in there. Other these are fine. All these are great. I don't understand what the big deal was. I don't know. I completely agree with this. I feel like, I don't know. You guys just hate fun? Like, why do people dislike this? I don't know. I don't get it. It's the fun police. Oh yeah, you gotta give the badge. Got to give the badge back. We gotta get. Here's your badge, officer. Here is the fun police badge. This is yours. Enjoy your fun police badge.